Hello friends, welcome to our Thursday live videos, and today is all about yoga, okay, and how it can kind of help calm down the adrenals and be healing for the metabolism. So I feel like yoga is one of those activities that people are rough on, okay? They think, well, it's not cardio, so I can't lose weight doing it. And they say, well, it's not much resistance, so I'm not going to be, building a lot of muscle to help my metabolism. So they think, well, what's really the point of yoga? It's for those people in la la land like myself, right? So yoga is just so awesome in my mind because it is one of the main ways that we can help calm down our adrenals. So you guys know me, or maybe you're new to me, and I want you to know that I talk a lot about the metabolism, how to be healing for the metabolism so that we can feel really good in our body and weight naturally sheds off and our body systems work in synergy, and it's just such the beautiful way to live. And so that's what our programs are all about. And just so many of my clients struggle with this. And what's the number one reason why they struggle with healing their metabolism and their hormones are out of whack and they got all these symptoms? It's because their adrenals are out of whack. Their adrenals are stressed, meaning that they live maybe a high stress life. Their habits are not very good. And maybe their exercise is off balance, or they're not exercising. Just basically they're not taking care of themselves. So yoga is a beautiful way to help calm down the adrenals, be more in tune with the body, and to be healing for the metabolism. So I don't know if you are a yoga person or not, but maybe just a little kind of tidbit about myself. I didn't really know yoga that well before. I was introduced with it with one of my pregnancies where I started doing prenatal yoga, and I was like, I dig it. And I think I need a little bit of this calming Zen feeling in my life. So my life, I just started to add a little bit more of it to just enjoy it. And then I started a meal delivery service. I worked for a very world-renowned endocrinologist for a while, and while I was working with her, I also owned a meal delivery service and was super busy. And I had I had staff and a lot of people to keep happy, and it got me very stressed in life, okay? I wasn't used to doing so much, and at the time I had 2 little ones, and so my life was busy, and I enjoyed what I did, but I did not like how my body was responding to all the stress as well. I was just it was just mean with my family at times. I had GI issues. I remember having lots of those kind of repetitive things and just feeling very tense and inflamed, and I did not like it. So that was all related to the adrenals. And so from that point in my life, I said, you know what, when I sold my meal delivery service, I'm like, I don't want to come back here. I want to live the rest of my life feeling really good in my body and to enjoy this. And so part of that path for me was that I started to teach yoga. So now I teach yoga. I still do. It's been so many years that I've been teaching yoga, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I think I would pay to continue teaching because it makes me schedule it in, and I love the people that I teach for. So it's just such a beautiful part of my life now, and I hope to kind of share that with you. So just maybe a perk about yoga is for me, I think it's the one exercise that's truly anti-aging for the body. We think about it, and we're doing all these cardio where you're pounding your body when you're doing this and running and stuff like that. Maybe swimming, not so much, but most cardio, I just did a HIIT class and dang, I worked it out hard, but my body is feeling it. It's going to feel it tomorrow. It's definitely not anti-aging, those kinds of things. If we're doing a lot of resistance, it's, pushing against the muscles, and we have the possibility of getting injured. And so yoga to me is the one thing where everything is in line. Okay. We're doing moves properly. We're doing it with breath work, so the body's not breathing real fast and just not in tune with the body. So it's such a beautiful practice. It's a lot about posture as well, and so it's just, I think, such a wonderful thing as we age that I feel that everyone should add some version of a yoga practice to their life, whether it's a full class, whether, now so many people do things online, or so many online classes. And then another option is just, I have a yoga mat that's by my TV. And so when I'm watching TV at night, I just do 5 to 10 minutes of stretches every night to kind of calm it down. Some people like to get out of bed and just do a few stretches. So that's yoga. And then there is different types of yoga out there. So just to make it clear, if you are that type of person who is high adrenals, meaning that you are a go-getter and you like deadlines, you are just so busy, you got a lot on your plate, and you say, I don't have much time, so I'm going to do cardio, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And so yoga, you might be the type of person who wants to do like a power yoga class or a hot yoga class. And I'm not saying that they're bad for you. I have taught in those kinds of places, and I like them sometimes. But if you are a high stress person, it might stress your body out a little bit more to do those kind of higher intensity yoga, and trying to get the heart rate up more does not quite make sense for you. It's learning how to calm it down. So there's yin classes, there's restorative kinds of classes, there's all levels, there's so many fun ones these days too, with partners. And then there's the trapeze, where I can't think of the name of it, but the ones where we're elongating the body. So my suggestion for you would be, try out different instructors, different types of classes, have fun with it. And my goal is try to get people to go twice a week. If you go once a week, you're like, wow, this is actually really harder than I thought, especially if you're not very flexible and you're holding something, you're like, it doesn't feel so good. So if you are maybe not so flexible, you definitely need twice a week to make an impact, so it's not so hard each class that you take. So that's probably my tips about in general for yoga. And then I wanted to kind of share with you a kind of my class and one of the maybe learning lessons from my classes that I teach. So all in all, let's start out right now in just mountain pose. Okay, so mountain pose is just, we are long and tall. Your feet are grounded into the mat or to the ground. And then the energy is coming, it's grounding down, and then it's also rooting up, and the energy comes all the way through the crown of the head. So we're as tall as possible. We tilt the tailbone under a little bit. We find some length through our vertebrae, and then those shoulders are up, back, and down. Shoulder blades down the back. So this is kind of our mountain pose, and I want to share this because this is an anti-aging pose right here. This is with the least amount of resistance against gravity. So gravity is always pushing us, and if we're like this, it's going to keep pushing us this way. So if we are in that aligned state, so this is just posture 101, but I come to this position in every class that I teach because I want to bring awareness here. And I want you to bring this to your outside world. If you got a shopping cart and you're going and you're leaning forward, or you're biking and you're like rounding the back, come back to these postures where you're really activated in the core and tilting the tailbone under, and then finding that relaxation. So that's just a really good tip, is to kind of come back to mountain pose. Another one is just, I take breaks a lot in my yoga class. We might do a strong movement, a strong exercise, and it might not even be yoga based. Maybe it's some crunches and some different things. And then instead of just going always to the next, like we do in every exercise class and everything in life, we just go from one thing to the next to the next. It's taking that pause, taking that break. So I try to teach that in a lot of my yoga classes. Is, can we just now take a break, notice how you feel. So take a deep breath, and then on the exhale, feel release, and just notice, like, is your heart pounding really fast? Can you slow it down with your deeper breaths, especially your exhales? Are you holding on to tension in your body? Like, is the tension in your shoulders? Like, I notice when I'm on the computer a lot, the shoulders go up and up and up, or are you the type that holds it in your jaw? Like, some people really hold it here. It's the strongest muscle in our body. Maybe you hold it in your hips or your low back, your upper back. We're all different with how we're created. So you need to pay attention to your tension areas of where you hold it in. So you can say, okay, I'm holding it in again. Let's take a deep breath. Let's bring some movement. Let's take those mini breaks. So I hope that you find them helpful, because it's so important. If you do yoga regularly and it's a practice of yours, you're going to start to notice that you can implement a lot of these breathing techniques and awareness, mindfulness into your daily life, taking those little breaks, you know, finding out your tension areas in your body. And if I were to say, you know, the yoga has many purposes in for so many of us, but in general, the point of yoga is to get really comfortable in your body so that you're able to do a meditation in a relaxed state. So I always end all my meditation practices with my yoga practices with a meditation. And so if you are more comfortable because your breath is relaxed, and your muscles are relaxed and you're comfortable in your body, your meditation is going to be so much more powerful and helpful, and you're not going to be distracted as much. So it's kind of like that Zen state. We all leave yoga class like, oh, hey, you know, like all relaxed, and you walk outside, you're like, where's my car? Where did I park? So I want it to be where we get that kind of Zen state, and that takes time with your yoga. So I want you guys to have fun with your yoga. I want you to maybe end it with a meditation, or at least kind of get comfortable in your body, pay more attention to your breath and how you feel every day. And all these things are going to be so awesome for your adrenals during yoga, but then they're tools that you can use in everyday life so you can be more healing for your metabolism. So all of our programs that we offer, we do an online component with them because we love adding in like little yoga practices and mini meditations and all these things to kind of guide you that are not just eat this, don't eat that. You know, that's not the story. Exercise this way and don't exercise that way. No, it's all about, you know, creating these healthy routines and patterns that feel good so that the adrenals can calm down and your body can kind of get to that place that it wants to be, so you can shed weight naturally and feel really good in your body and be healthy and happy. So namaste, my friends. I will always include a link to if you want to sign up for a free consult with us. We're happy to chat with you guys and figure out a plan. And I just stay in tune. We're always posting new videos and good content. Okay, take care.